Yo, what up, folk? What's good, y'all? Really, dog? You gonna come out right now? What's good, folk? How y'all doing, man? I'm gonna let y'all come in. I'm gonna let y'all come in for a little bit. Just wanna kick it with you, talk to you, and kick it with you. What's goody? What's goody? What's going on? Boy, stress. Not stressed. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm not. I can't say I'm stressed. What up? What up? Oh man, y'all flooding in now. Y'all coming in out of nowhere. Make sure when y'all come in, hit that. Y'all know I don't go live. Live is not really my thing. I don't go live very much. But I figured I would kick it with y'all for a little bit. When y'all come in, hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up as y'all come in. Hold on, let me crank up the heat on this heat lamp. Yo, it's cold, bro. It's getting cold out here already. Ah, hey man, say man. It's like I'm like your boy real too real on that one, right? By the way, man, it was good. It was good chilling with all the YouTubers last week. Dig Nation, Hemi shootout. Yes, I will be at the Hemi shootout tomorrow. I will be there and I will be racing a car, which is kind of what this live stream. It kind of sparked the live stream a little bit for what I'm gonna talk about right now. It's warm out here in Brooklyn, bro. It ain't warm. It was warm today when the sun was out though. Where's the Hellcat? It's on a lift. It's on a lift right now, waiting for its new motor to go in it, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Anyway, so what do I mean? When y'all come and hit that like button, we got damn near 100 people in here and 30 likes. Chill, hit that like button. M2 efforts, you know it. You know what it is. Look, look. All right, so I'm gonna keep it real simple for y'all. A lot of y'all follow the channel because y'all are into modding cars. I get so many questions from people about modding their car. Didn't get to meet you, but had a blast at Scary Fast. So I'm pretty sure you seen me. I was announcing and all that. And that's probably why you didn't meet me because I was there working the whole day. I didn't get a chance to break away. Yo, over 100 people here, 46 likes. Hit that like button as y'all come in. My thoughts on the GTR versus Porsche race last night. Which one? The first race with a GTR spun or the second race with a Porsche slept? I still feel like there was a completely clean run there yet. Anyway, look. So, where do I start? Okay. So, y'all know I had bought the Hellcat a couple years ago now. What is it? 3 years ago now. And the thing that I find the most is I enjoyed the hell out of that car stock. When it was stock, I had a lot of fun, right? And it was faster than a lot of cars. It was faster than a lot of cars stock. So I just did an intake. What did I do? First, I did an intake and mid pipes only. Then intake and mid pipes, I did a tune from Diablo Sport, and the car made 600. It went from 664 to 694. No, 720. Sorry, it went from 664 stock to 720 wheel horsepower from intake, catless mids, and a Diablo Sport tune. That's all I had did to the car, right? And at 720 wheel, still blew it up. However, you always wanna step it up. I got with Team Hellcat, and in track did a swap of pulley. We did an upper pulley already had, and the car made on a race gas tune with a 280 upper pulley. The car made 802 wheel horsepower. Let me tell y'all, if I could do this shit all over again, if I could start from scratch all over again. You see, somebody said I'm lagging. I don't know why. My connection is strong. Anyway, if I could start all over again, right? Bottom is what do. It's still lagging? Super laggy? Bro, shucks. You consider putting a cage in car safety. All right, it's off and on. All right, is it on right now? We good? Hopefully we good right now. Hold on, let me cut off my Wi-Fi. I'm connecting. All right, I'm off my Wi-Fi. I think we good now. Go in the crib. Yeah, I think I was too far from the router, is what it was. So I just went to my regular cell phone connection. I think we good now. Anyway, so like I was saying, to start over, the car made 664 stock. Then I put intake, catless mids, Diablo Sport Tune. The car made 720. Stock boost, stock pulleys, everything. Then I went to Team Hellcat and Intrax swapped the upper pulley, put ID 1050 injectors in, and then Team Hellcat tuned the car, and we made 802 wheel horsepower. That car at that was on a race gas tune. Then on 93, I was running about 760 wheel. Bro, that car on 760 wheel with that 93 octane tune was like stock. It was completely like stock. It was like driving a stock car. It was just faster. That was it. Dragtown said if Steph was going to start all over again, he would buy a Tesla. Nah, not exactly, brother. But 760 wheel, the car was nice. It was good there. And then whenever I had like a serious race, I would upload the 802 wheel horsepower tune. And that 800 wheel, a Hellcat at 800 wheel, perfect. Perfect. Like, you don't need nothing more than that. Are you going to be the fastest thing? No. You're going to get smoked by some cars, but you're going to beat 85 to 90% of the field out there if you got a Hellcat making 800 wheel. And what do you need to make 800 wheel in the Hellcat? Exactly what I just said. Upper pulley, injectors, race gas, or E85. If I could do it all over again, I probably would have done 93 with meth if I could do it all over again. But to me, that was it. It wasn't overspinning the supercharger. It wasn't none of that. But then you want to push to the next level. Now it's time to go a little faster. My 60 to 130s when that car was 800 wheel was six. I think it was 6.5. I was running like 6.5, 60 to 130s. And I think my 100 to 150s was like 6.3, somewhere around there. So that was fast. You know what I'm saying? That was fast enough for the amount of mods. That was probably like, I don't know, $6,000 in mods. Nothing, like no real money. And the car was super reliable at that point. Tomorrow I'm going to the Hemi shootout, the Hemi Street shootout, and I am going. Somebody said, Steph, just buy a red eye. Just go back a few videos. I had a red eye at the beginning of the year. I got one, and then I don't have one anymore. But I had a red eye. Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to the Hemi Street shootout, and I am going to be running a upper pulley demon injector, 285 upper. The car probably makes on. It's going to be on 93 octane. I'm gonna run it. And the car probably makes about 750 wheel because it's an automatic. And that is owned by Ron. His name is Megatron on Instagram. You'll see it in the videos when it comes. But I'm gonna run in a 10.5 index. There's a class for 10.5 seconds. In that class, I firmly believe that I am going to be an extremely good competitor in that class. I believe that I'm going to be very, very fast in that class, and I believe that I'm going to probably have to let off a little bit because I think that car probably runs 10.3, 10.4, like if everything is perfectly good. So the reason why I bring that up is for all of you guys that's looking to mod your Hellcats, or you got a scat pack and you're looking to go a little bit faster, bro, at the stage that I'm at, like the stage I went to, let me explain the history, right? So from 800 wheel, then I decided to do a lower pulley. I did a lower pulley. We switched from 1050 injectors to 1200 cc injectors so that I could run E85. So we did lower pulley and E85. With that, the car moved up to about 870, I think, wheel. It was making about 870 somewhere around there, and that thing was fast. But what I started noticing is midway into my run, as I'm doing like because I don't really drag race that much. I do roll racing. And roll racing, you want a car, you want an accelerator longer than the 10 seconds that you are drag racing. So I would notice my temperature started to go up. The car just didn't have the same level of reliability. Then stuff started breaking. So the clutch broke. Stuff just started breaking here and there. And then everything matters. Like the amount of the mixture of gas you put, all of that stuff matters, right? So one morning I go out. When we tuned the car with the lower pulley, we tuned it initially. It was like, I think like 80 degrees in the shop or something. So, a couple months go by with me running the car in the summer, fall, to like late fall, where we went out one morning and the DA was like negative 800. And I used to be able to get away with, Eric, Team Hellcat, would always tell me, if you're going to race the car, run Q16. I used to run MS-109 and I would get away with it. So I was like, we good. I don't need all of that. I put MS-109 in that morning. It was like negative 800 DA. The temperature was like 50 degrees. And when that shit hit, I felt power like I never felt before. And then, boom. It wasn't a boom, but it was like, it kind of let go, right? I felt the piston let go at that point. And that was the first time I blew up the motor in the Hellcat, right? I guarantee you guys, if I would have stayed at 800 wheel horsepower, I would have been able to beat that car to shit forever. And everything else around it might start to break and stuff, like maybe axle, drive, whatever. But motor, all that stuff, strong as hell. 800 wheel horsepower for Hellcats, that is like the golden ticket. I'm an Audi. Yo, we got that supercharger, so we got to stop real quick for that. Curling in says, I'm an Audi guy. Don't take many mods to make these cars fun. Chase big numbers. Got to get more upgrade because OE tolerances, then ish breaks. That's exactly my point. So the first time I broke my, first time I blew the motor, it was just a piston actually. It was just the one piston. And it was number 7, which is pretty common for Hellcats when there's like, whether it's a fueling issue, whether it runs lean or whatever the case may be. So that happened to me. And the car went down. It was like at the end of fall anyway. The car went down through the winter. And then that's when I decided to do what I should have did at that point was forge the motor then. I should have did a forged motor at that time. That being said, I was only supposed to be down for a couple weeks, so I rushed it. We didn't do it. I ended up putting back in the stock motor again. But this time I did ported blower. I did over the fuel system. I went to double pumps. I did mad stuff at that time in order to get that car. My goal was to make about 950 to 1,000 wheel on stock blower. So I sent the blower out to Joker's Performance. They did their stage 3 full port with race bearings, all of that stuff. I did an ice tank at that time. I started doing all the ancillary things to get the car to run 21 to 21 pounds of boost. It's pretty much the most you're gonna get out of a stock supercharger from a Hellcat. That being said, when we ran the car in the dyno the first time, and on 14 degrees of timing, the car made like 860. On like 14 degrees of timing, which is nothing. Put it this way, when I race, my race tune was 22 degrees of timing. So huge difference. It's like a minimum 100 horsepower. So I can say that car was probably making about 950 wheel is what it was making on like full race. Leon, I'm getting to that. Stay with me, brother. Stay with me. Hit the like button in the meantime. So bought the car out, had a great time. I had a bunch of races on 14 degrees of timing, which was about 860 wheel. Beat up some fast cars. Got beat. It happens. I ran cars that were faster than me. It happened. So I turned it up after that. And after I turned it up, I went out, had a great time. The car ran great. I'm going to tell you guys something. There are different tuners in this community, right? But they're the main ones that everybody knows. Everybody knows either Dusterhoff, they know Barth, they know HHP, they know Team Hellcat. Like those are like the kind of the main four that everybody knows, right? So I've driven so far a Dusterhoff manual car. I've driven I think it was I forgot who that one was tuned by. Another, and then I drove the Red Eye, which is tuned by DSM Lights. I've driven like all these different cars by different tuners, and to be honest with you, relatively they're the same. The difference is some tuners push harder than others. Um, for me, with my setup on 14 degrees of time, when my car was on 14, if I would have turned it up to 17 degrees and the car would have made about 8,900, it would have been perfect, right? But I kept pushing. I'm telling the tuner, give me more. And I can tell you, I've yet to drive a Hellcat that is as fast as my car was on the full-blown, full race setup. Now, granted, my car was on the bleeding edge of everything. Everything was turned up to the max. Fueling was turned up to the max. Timing was turned up to the max. The blower was spinning to the max. I was doing everything to the max, and my car was dumb fast on the streets for a Hellcat. Given the fact that you were working up against so much weight, given the fact that it's a stick, my car was beating cars. It ain't had no business beating. But I've driven all different ones, and what I find is it's all in what you're willing to push your tuner to do. If you're willing to push your tuner to the point that you're okay with your car braking, your car gonna be stupid fast. That being said, I find that for me, Team Hellcat has been the most aggressive tuner that works best for me, that gets me the fastest possible car that I could possibly have that fits me as a driver, because I'm an aggressive driver at the same time. So that being said, when you run your car to the max, it breaks. The thing is, my car, even running to the max as much as I ran it, that shit's held together. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I was just waiting. I'm like, okay, when is this hammer gonna drop? When is this shit gonna break? It didn't break. The only issue I kept having was heat. Heat was an issue. When you port these blowers and when you spin them so fast, they generate a lot of heat. So at that point, I guess I could have added an inner chiller. I could have did other things to try to draw down the heat. But I started to think about ways on how I can differentiate myself. I don't even know if that's a word. Hit that like button when you come in, guys, please. I had to think about ways on how to make my car different than everybody else, right? Because pretty much the recipe is the same for these cars. Upper, lower, injectors, upgraded fuel pumps, everything that I had, all the bolt-ons, everybody does the same thing. All the tuners pretty much have the same parameters they have to work within. Similar timing. Transmission and automatic tuning is different, and the smoothest automatic transition tuning I've ever driven was my Red Eye. My Red Eye on a Demon tune with that trans tune that Team Hellcat put in there. That was good. It was a good tune. Anyway, back to what I was making a point to say. The car, I hadn't found the limit yet at that like 940, 950. But in the back of my mind, every time I did pulls, in the back of my mind, I'm like, when is this shit gonna go? Because I know how much I have this turned up. I know how much I'm asking of this car. So at some point, it's gonna go. That being said, I said, you know what? I need to switch it up, though. I need to do something different. So at that point, I sat in the lab. I went through everything. I said, Whipple? Nah, that's been done. Kenny Bell? Nah, that's been done. So at that point, I said, yo, I called my brother. I said, yo, D, I think I gotta go twin turbo, man. I was like, I think I gotta go twin turbo, bro. I think it's the only way to say that that's my to fame Hellcat, right? That makes my Hellcat special. Because I had a choice. Do I buy another red eye after the red eye got crashed? Do I get another red eye? Do I get a track hawk? Like, what do I do? How do I make myself stand out? And to me, I was like, twin turbo is it. That's gonna be the way to go. So I made that decision, went out and purchased the twin turbo kit from Baton Motorsports. And once I purchased the kit, I started to line things up so that we can get it done. Now, after that, I took it to Intrac. I had them pull off my supercharger because I sold my supercharger. My supercharger sold, and it sold fast. I didn't expect it to sell that fast. I put it up for sale. I expected it to take like a few weeks to sell, 2-3 weeks. Yo, that shit sold in like 23 hours. It was so fast. I had so many people hitting me up because it was already ported. It was everything everybody wanted. It was blacked out already ported by jokers. So it sold fast. So now I'm in a bind, right? I'm like, fuck, I gotta send out this supercharger. What do I do? So I was like, I told Intrac, I said, hey, put my turbo intake manifold, this custom G1 Pro intake manifold, put it on my car, and I'll take it home. And when they find time to install the turbo kit, I'll bring the car back to install the turbo kit. Now, this is where I messed up. I picked up the car. It wasn't tuned. And you got to remember, Hellcat compression is very low. It's 9.5 to 1. It's single-digit compression. In addition to that, I'm dumping all this fuel in there from the car being supercharged before. And not only being supercharged, but supercharged up to 21 pounds of boost. So now the fueling is all mixed to run at that level. But I'm running it with no supercharger, no nothing. And that's when I blew up. I blew up my perfectly fine motor, my perfectly good stock motor. I blew that up. But that was stupid, right? It didn't blow up because of nothing else besides the fact of me running it that way. I was supposed to take it home and put it in the garage. I took it home. Then I started driving it around. Then I wanted to make a video for y'all. And on that video I was making for y'all, that's when it was stupid. But it also forces my hand. It forced my hand to now push this twin turbo build to the next level. So here we are, guys. Bruh, your man done got a 426 engine forged, built. I'm doing twin turbos. I'm doing, all of this. I'm doing this full crazy build. And I'm going to tell y'all, one day I'm going to break down the cost of this build to you guys. And you guys are going to be like, like, that's crazy. But what happens is it's a snowball. It's a snowball. Once you leave that 800 wheel horsepower mark, not to mention what the real issue is, the cars that I roll with. Like, you guys see it in my videos, the cars I be racing be lightweight, supercars, modded, fast, and I'll be wanting to race those guys when really I need to stick to racing, cars of my similar class. I need to stick to racing BMWs, Mercedes, Camaros, Mustangs. Like, those are the cars I need to stick to racing, which is in that class of car. Once you go to that, like, supercar class or super built class of cars, like race cars, it's a snowball, man. And I got caught up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got caught up. I got caught up in a snowball. And I just feel like I am pushing. I'm really pushing myself past my comfort zone. Cooley be coolin'. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Me and you was talking a little bit about this at the track the other day in Memphis. But I've now pushed myself to the point where it's like, I was thinking today, I was like, good God. For what I'm doing, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I could have a Hellcat making about 800 wheel, and for the money that I'm putting into this car, building this twin, I could have bought a scat pack. Let's just say that. Let's just say I could have had a scat pack to play with and do, to learn the drift and all that kind of stuff. And if I could tell you guys one thing, if you're not really, really, really into this, it doesn't make sense to go this far. I know you think it's cool to say you have a basically my Hellcat is going to make 1200 horsepower easily. My car, it made 800 wheel on 16 pounds, 15 pounds of boost, 16 pounds of boost, somewhere in there. On that same 15 pounds of boost with a turbo car, it's gonna make 1,000. When I get to the point that I'm making 18, 19 pounds of boost, it's gonna be 1,200. When I get to the point that I'm making 23 pounds of boost and all that, it's gonna make like 1,300 wheel horsepower. Where the hell am I going with a rear wheel drive stick shift car that's making 1,300 wheel? It's gonna be cool to say. It's gonna be fast as hell. And I'm telling y'all, I'm taking this car all across America. I'm gonna load it up and I'm gonna bring it to your local areas. I wanna race the fastest people in your city. I'm gonna do all that stuff for you guys. But if I could do it all over again, if I was in your shoes and I just bought my new RT, or I just bought my new Scat, or I just bought my new Hellcat, or I just bought my new Mustang, or I just bought my new, whatever my new car is, bolt-ons, a little fuel, and tuning is where I would stop. I would, let's say it like this, if the car, whatever the car makes, I won't go past 200 additional wheel horsepower of what the car makes if I could do it all over again. So whatever next car that I buy, the Red Eye was perfect, right? The Red Eye was, all I did was put a demon tune on it. And with a demon tune on it, it was fun, it was fast enough. 60 to 130 with the demon tune on that car was 7.2. For those that don't know, I use 60 to 130 a lot because I do roll racing. But with the demon tune, that car should have been able to run 10.2. Like, why do you need more than that? And for a stock car, that's absolutely perfection. Meanwhile, my Hellcat 900 and something wheel, I never posted it, but that car was consistent 60 to 130, 5.8. But the crazy part is my 100 to 150s was like 5.4. It was like way faster than my 60 to 130 because I only had one shift instead of two. But that being said, man, look at me. I'm here with a car on the lift that got dumb money into it, a lot of time into it. I'm not able to make videos with the car. And when it comes back, I will. But when it comes back, it's going to be issues. It's not going to be easy. It's not the car. The car is going to have to go through like all these different little bugs we're going to have to work out. Then I'm going to have to learn how to drive the car all over again because it's going to be a different car. I'm going to need to spend more money because stock trans ain't holding. It's going to blow. The stock trans is going to blow. It might not blow right away, but it's going to go like eventually. So I'm going to have to build the trans. I'm going to have to get crazy axles. I'm going to have to do an even better drive shaft. I'm going to have to do a lot of surrounding mods to support having and using 1,300 horsepower. Because unlike all the other people, there haven't been many people that have done twin turbo Hellcats. There have been a few, very few. However, the few that have done it, they do not have the style in which I do things, which is I use my race car like a regular car. I drive it wherever I take road trips. I go on rallies. You're going to see my car used in a way that you've never seen twin turbo Hellcats done. Am I going to drag it? That's only going to be for y'all. I'm going to do that stuff for y'all. But for me personally, I'm just going to drag people. That's it. That's got people. That's it, man. So, Ernest, yes. Shout out to my sponsors in Trek Tire, Team Hellcat, Diablo Sport, Joker's Performance, and I have more. I don't want to get in trouble. But super thank you to my sponsors. If you go on moddefame.com, you could actually click a button that says sponsors, and it'll tell you who all my sponsors are. The thing is, that doesn't mean I get everything for free. What that means a lot of time is maybe I get a deeper discount. Maybe they'll give me like the wholesale cost. But nothing is free. So maybe it didn't cost $60,000 like it should, but it cost $30,000. Like maybe I paid half. However, my point is, for the money that has gone into this car so far, if I would have left it where it was at that stage two upper pulley uh 93 or in race gas tune or E85, just go to E85 or whatever. If I would have stayed there, my life would be so much simpler. It would be so much simpler. But I don't know what it is, man. We are so addicted to this as car guys. We are so addicted. You know, listen, low to high. I agree. That's his only route. That's all he could go next. I think once I do this twin turbo successfully, and I start making 20, 30 videos, um, once I start making a lot of videos with my twin turbo setup, it's basically just gonna be the recipe, and a lot of people are gonna start going in that direction once they see it done successfully. We have yet to see it done successfully to where it works as a regular car, a street car, and a drag car. We've yet to see it done. Now, Ford, Mustang, they've perfected it. Camaros, they killing it. They starting to kill it now with it. Hellcats are just slow. In terms of like Mopar, it's just a little slower and behind the eight ball on it. But we'll get it figured out. And it's just amazing that, like, if you would have told me, you know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I got that Hellcat, if you would have told me that I would be this deep in, I would tell you, man, you crazy. I ain't never wasting that much damn money, bro. What? To do what? Who am I race? Who is gonna be left? Like, it's seriously gonna be to a point where, like, I'm not going. So Nicholas, yo, just get a F90 M5 stage 2 tune and call it a day. Bruh, like I said, the next car I get, I'm not going past 200 wheel horsepower over stock. No more than 200 wheel horsepower over stock. 150 to 200. My Panamera is a prime example. My Panamera is a stage 1 tune from DME with catless mids, with catless downpipes, and IPD plenum. And that car is stock. It's literally like stock. It's just faster. That's it. It's like stock, but it's faster. And that's it. Now, if I wanted to, I can go crazy. I can do turbos. I can do hybrid turbos on that. I could do meth. I could do, make it 750 wheel. But then what's going to happen? I'm going to start breaking stuff. So, yeah, man. There's no such thing for anybody that says that there's a such thing as a reliable 1,000 wheel horsepower car, 1,000 plus wheel reliable. They're lying. There's no such thing, man. There's no such thing as a reliable 1,000 plus wheel horsepower car, right? Not one that's actually used like a car. Now, if we talking about, it goes to the track, you trailer it to the track, or you drive it to the track, you run your runs, you take it home and you put it away for a week, that's not the same. You cannot say that to people that that's a reliable car, because that same car, you watching what fuel you put in, you setting your tire pressures, you're doing all these little itty bitty things to make sure that it runs well. You're doing all of that stuff, right? But there's no such thing. I don't care what car it is. There's no 1,000 wheel horsepower McLaren 720 that's reliable. There's no GT500 that's reliable, that you can call 1,000 wheel horsepower GT500 that is completely reliable and doesn't have no issues. No such thing. There's no such thing as a 1,000 wheel horsepower Hellcat that's completely reliable, has no issues. No such thing. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So, I say that to say, when you start to talk about these 4-digit numbers, you just got to be prepared. You got to be prepared for what comes along with that. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, if you get a car that already has 600 horsepower and you add 200 horsepower to it, only 200, more than likely that car is going to run more consistent. It's going to do everything you expect. You're going to stop at a gas pump. You're going to put in your E85, or you're going to put in your 93 with a little bit of E85 in it, or you're going to put in your 93 in meth, and this shit is going to run the same all the time. Like, be real with yourself, guys. Be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. Don't jump out here talking about you're gonna do a crazy build and you're gonna make all this power and it's gonna be bulletproof and reliable. No such thing. It is no such thing. You gotta pay to play at these levels. So I just wanted to tell you guys, um, I'm about to read some comments. I'm gonna scroll back up in a minute. But tomorrow, like I said, I'm racing at ATCO at the Hemi shootout, and I'm gonna be racing a very reliable stage two, I guess you could say, Hellcat, upper pulley, bolt-ons, 93 octane. Simple. A car that is driven every day to work, that is gonna compete in a race event with a bunch of other Hemis, um, running a, and it's going to run in a 10.5 index. And then I'll do, like, when I free run, I'll get the best out of it we possibly can. Again, that's going to be Megatron's car, which I'll put in a video. You'll know who it is. But now let me get into some of these comments. If you guys were here to find out what happened, nothing happened. Nothing happened additional to what is already happening, what already happened, and what I'm doing. I'm just telling you guys, it's a lot of work, bro. When you're doing big builds like this, it is a lot of work. And what I'm doing is a very big build. So I went back up as much as I possibly could. One rare 300 SRT 392 says, so true. I'm fully built, forged internals on my 2012 Chrysler 300 SRT 392, and twin turbo is next, unless I go with an Audi. If you go with that Audi, man, keep it simple, man. Little tune. If it's a supercharger Audi, little tune, little pulley, little fuel, that's it. Don't go crazy. I have a Civic that beats on Hellcats all day. I got beat by a Civic. It was a crazily built Civic. All-wheel drive, K-Series, big turbo, sequential trans. It was a race car Civic, basically. Beautifully built, but that's not a regular. That to me, that is like a race car at that point. But very impressive. But it's weight. It's weight and power. That's it. Build a Mustang with a Hellcat motor. Nah, definitely not. Mustangs are super impressive, man. There's no other car you could buy that's $38,000, $34,000, with a 10-speed auto, that can do as little miles as you do and go as fast as that car goes. Hector is still a Civic. I didn't want to say that, but that's true. It still is a Civic. My car is still a car. So at the end of the day, I still have date night. Wifey don't mind being in it, and we can still take road trips and everything in my car. Exactly, everything is stepping stone. I'm trying to get to some of the comments that you guys had questions. I ate a C43 coming down. I bet you did. I like to see a 60K car beat a 200K car. Well, just go watch my videos. They're there. Of me beating 200K plus cars, $300,000 cars. They're definitely there. Learn to push it to the max with less power. And yes. A lot of people make this mistake. They buy a car and they start modding it. Me, when I got my Hellcat, I ran it stock for a while. And I learned how to get every last bit of everything out of that car before I moved to the next level. Yeah, definitely. So Cooley be coolin' exactly right. That built motor and twin turbo is gonna make some power though. Cetera Tune just built a twin turbo built one, and it makes 1300 plus wheel at 8,000 RPM. So yes, I'm gonna rev mine up to about 72, maybe 7,300. I can go more because I did all the drivetrain, all the drivetrain, not drivetrain, the what was the name of it? The valve, all the valve train components I've done so that I could rev the hell out of the car safely. So I'm gonna be up that 1300 wheel area, but I might have to turn it down because of stock trends. Where we at? What else y'all talking about, man? What else? Just sell it and get a new project. That's the thing. I'm not gonna sell this car. I am gonna add new projects. So for 2021, there are cars that's gonna come to the channel. New cars that's gonna come to the channel. Different types of cars are gonna come to the channel. But I'm not gonna sell a Hellcat. I'm too far in, man. I'm too far gone. I can't stop now. 2012 C6, 17K miles just purchased, not touching nothing. I feel you, my brother. Just enjoy the damn car. Look into a SC300 400 build. So I've done an SC300 build back in the day. That was a while ago that I did that, but that's even more headache. Old cars are way more headaches. Way more headaches as you build in old cars because shit just be breaking for no reason until you change every single thing. Until you beat Dunkmaster, it's a wrap. Okay. I tried to race Dunkmaster actually. I was driving Audio Cat's Hellcat. You guys are going to see a video tomorrow that's going to drop of me pulling up to race Dunkmaster, but Dunkmaster, he didn't want to race. He was doing his test pass. So I get it, I guess. But I was trying. I was trying to get that race for y'all. Stick shift Hellcat versus Dunkmaster. I was trying to make it happen. You can't daily drive 1,000 horsepower. Yes, that's my point. My point is, I mean, you could, but you're going to be fixing stuff every other week. And when I say 1,000, guys, somebody's going to take this live stream and they're going to talk about their 850 wheel horsepower car and say they're 1,000. No, I'm talking about 1,000 wheel. 1,000 wheel horsepower car is not reliable. 2020 GT500s are holding up well so far at 1,000. Not holding up and reliable are two different things. Hellcats hold up at 1,000 wheel. Reliable, nah. Exactly where I'm at, bro. My TT Mustang is kind of getting on my nerves. I just want a quick car that's reliable. Yes, I feel you, brother. There's always something. There's always some sort of a fuel issue, some sort of little oil issue, some sort. It's all little stuff, but it's always something, man. It's always something. I learned from you, Calvin Johnson said. I learned from you, Steph. You got to pay to play. Yeah, I learned that too, man. I learned that too, brother, because I am not Mr. Moneybags. So I learned. 15 R35, 1,000 horsepower reliable? No, there's no such thing as a reliable 1,000 horsepower wheel horsepower car. Does not exist. Curtis, thank you, brother. I appreciate the super chat, man. So happy I didn't miss the live. What up, Mouth of Fame? What up, Curtis? Yeah, the orange Civic, amazing car, beautiful, very well built, really nice car. I'm definitely going to gap him though when I bring my car out. I gave him a shot. But I got to take that back. So with another 200 to 300 wheel horsepower, I think I got him covered. When is the build going to be done? Life of Molly says. My estimate, it's never going to be done. That's my point with these big builds. It's never done. But when is the car going to be running? The car should be running in the next, I would say 3 to 5 weeks. The car's going to be running. My 370Z versus your Hellcat. Your 370Z better be making some stupid power. Because my Hellcat ain't no regular Hellcat no more. You telling the truth, bro. Preacher, Chi-Town, Glenn, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Which dyno did you use to get your numbers? Dynojet or Mustang? I used the Dynojet. However, I find that in-track Dynojet, the way it's calibrated, it reads low. It reads very low. Cars that make way more power somewhere else have rated pretty low on that dyno. So what I mainly use is I use my 60 to 130 and I use trap speed to determine how much power a car is really making. And when I went to Robert, what's good, bro? When I went to Race Motive at Pocono Raceway, the road race event that I did, when I went there, my Hellcat in August, it was in August, 87 degrees that day. The DA was 4,200. The elevation was 1,800. We was up in the mountains. My car did 154 mile an hour in a third of a mile. So in a quarter of a mile, that would have probably been about 148, somewhere around there, is what I would say. 148, 147 in the dead of summer. If I would have left my car the way it was and went this past event that they just had, I guarantee you my car would have hit 160. Other cars that run similar to that 160 mark, are really big horsepower cars. So, as far as roll racing and stuff, at that event, I believe I've had the fastest Hellcat that I've ever gone to that event. Hellcat or Demon, I believe. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, got a Whipple 426 SRT Durango that'll take your lunch money. You ain't taking shit from me, bro. Not with no Durango. I have a Durango. I don't care how much shit power that shit got. Fam. Oh, Robert in track. I feel you. I feel you, bro. Yeah. That being said, I love my Durango, and I would love to order a Durango, but they are talking crazy numbers over sticker. I wanted to bring a Durango Hellcat to the channel, but they talking too much money. Plus, I wouldn't be disciplined enough to not mod it crazy. What tires am I running? Right now, I'm running 18-inch NTO5 Rs, 305, 45 18s. I know that I'm more than like what I find though for roll racing, those tires are great. From a dig, they're not as great, but for roll, they pretty damn good. They hook up nice. We'll see how it holds on. Jermaine was good. Nyrel was good. Nyrel was good, man. But what about the new Audi RS Q8? I like that thing, man. I think it looks sick. The Lambo truck. But sorry, let me not get too far off of the point, guys. If you're looking to get one of these cars and you're looking to mod them, go conservative. If it's your only car, go conservative. Don't try to go crazy. Just stay conservative, man. You'll have a great time. Somebody's Mission Flyer said, "What up, M6 King?" Mission Flyer. Y'all go check out Mission Flyer, man. He put up a dope video from when he was in Memphis running his car. He got that 4K launch down, man. I was so proud of you, man. Oh, man, he had that shit leaving. I said, yes, my M6 brother. Yes, you there. Yeah, man. So I appreciate y'all coming into the live though, man, and chopping it up with me. Right now, Mod the Fame versus everybody I got on right now. Got on the camo pants too. You know what I'm saying? We got everything. We really trying to do something with this brand as far as it relates to apparel and motorsport apparel. So continue to check us out, considering, purchasing. We got everything up there for you guys at modthefame.com. You ain't doing shit anyway. Jump on the site for a little bit, explore. We talk about the different projects that we do. We talk about the sponsors we have, the companies we want to go with, and stuff like that. Luke, respect from Montreal. I appreciate it. Salute to y'all too, man. But yes. Who said that? Spin Bad 302. Yes, the weight. Hellcat, Scat Pack, the weight. The weight is a big strain on the drivetrain. It does. It's a strain, and it really does slow you down. The weight. You first got to overcome the weight to then go fast. So these cars, for what they are, for their weight, they are fast for what they are. But in reality, they are not the fastest thing out there by far. There's just some crazy cars out there, but they are fast. But guys, I really appreciate y'all, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the live. I'm gonna leave it up for about 24 hours. I'll probably delete it tomorrow. So if you're watching the playback, man, I hope you got the gist of the information that I'm trying to give, which is KISS. I learned that acronym a long time ago, and the acronym is KISS. And who knows what that is? Who knows what that is? Thanks for sticking to a TT Hellcat build. Yes, you got it, Plum Crazy Track Pack, man. I'm gonna stick with it, man, and I'm gonna see it through to the end. But who knows what the acronym KISS stands for? KISS. That's it, baby. AJ, Red Rod, you got it, man. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. So that goes for modding cars too. Keep it simple, and they will treat you great. They will do whatever it is that they need to do. They will be fast enough. You're not going to be the king of the hill, but you don't need to be. What time am I going to ATCO tomorrow? I'll be at ATCO at 10 a.m. I'm getting to ATCO tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll be running at ATCO. I'm running an automatic. It's a Charger. Y'all don't get on me. My guy Robert, he's handing me the keys and letting me run his car. Team Hellcat. Um, but his car is a KISS car. It's a simple build. Upper, demon injectors, intake, catless, very 93 octane. He's not even on race gas for this. We're gonna do a whole race event, not even on race gas. He's gonna drive the car there with his daughter, and they're gonna drive the car home with the AC seats on and chilling, just chilling after a full race day, tuned by Team Hellcat. That's what I'm running. It's a Charger, so I'm running a Charger tomorrow, man, and it's gonna be a KISS build, and I'm gonna make a KISS series. It's gonna be a bunch of videos of me running basic bolt-on cars, and that's it, man. But yo, I really appreciate y'all. I'm a peace out. Get ready. I'm gonna charge my GoPros for tomorrow because we got to get them views. We got to get them views for y'all. I'm picking races. There's a lot of people that are under the impression that YouTubers can't drive. I don't know where they get this impression from. I guess there are some that can't, but I'm telling you right now, a lot of people tomorrow, I think, are going to be surprised at how well we do, at how well I'm able to get the car off the line and through the traps. I can't wait to show y'all. I can't wait to show y'all. But until the next one, I appreciate y'all. Stefan here from Montefane. Much love. Y'all have a beautiful, wonderful night. We had over 300 people in here at some point. Thank you. I don't know why y'all want to see my ad, but I appreciate it. And I'll talk to y'all later. Much love. Where we at? How we end this shit? Okay.